What is going on? Sunday, baby. Sunday. Say what's up in the chat, everybody. All right. We got up in here. We got Felix saying Bitcoin gonna hit 28K this week. That's what's up. We got Camp Parrish in here dropping the hola. We got Hoons in here. My boy Jimmy. We got Kent Ivan dropping the hola as well. Fino hyped up about comp and finance. Okay. We got FOMO Sapien up in here. We got Kelly Boy. We got Bullish E-Money. Ray G. Seek and Hunt. Oh, dang. Who says it's 7 a.m. on a Monday? Okay. Well, let's start off the week with a bang from my boy Hoons over here. We got Frank C up in here dropping a hola. Jeremy J. Chasing Candles. We got Overcome, baby. Truck Strickland in here dropping all the favorite emojis. We got Michael James Reagan dropping a hola. Kane Me One, that's what's up. Barry Van Hoof, I don't think I've ever seen you. COD Daily or CO Daily, I think both of y'all are new to you. Hola! We got Barry. Oh, I've already said Barry. We got George O'Neil's up and he says hola fool. Who you calling a fool? Don't be calling me no fool. That's right. And then who else we got in here? You know, Sunday, I want to bring the vibes on Sunday. So I got some music for you guys. We're gonna vibe out. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna talk about Seek and Hunt. Seek and Hunt saying your boy got a nice goatee. That's what's up. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. Let's go. Barry says he's from the Netherlands. We got Nunchuck Crypto dropping on hola. Okay, yeah, I feels it. All right. And then we got Frosted Flake. Ivan up in here. And we got two people from the Netherlands. Is Barry and Ivan, are y'all like neighbors? Y'all like go fishing together? That's what I want to know. And then, yeah, if you're new here, say hello so we can drop an hola at you. All right, guys. So, welcome to Sin City Crypto. My name is Big Rob. I am one of a team of people, one of two co-hosts that does a show Monday through Friday. We have a very professional, overly expensive studio. And this is the Sunday Rant and Ramble with Big Rob, where I probably don't talk about Bitcoin or crypto at all very much, but we will talk about it slightly. So put in the chat what you guys want to talk about. Let me know what projects you're excited about. Or if you just want to talk about some random ass crap, we can also do that too, because that's probably all I'm going to do today. I want to talk about accomplishing goals and self-motivation, smart money management, risk management, productivity. I want to talk about more instead of talking about what projects we can get into. I want to talk about, looks like my mic being a little loud. I want to talk about what instead of trying to talk about what projects we're trying to identify, I want to talk about more or less how to be smart with investing, how to be smart with your money, how to take adequate risk to get good returns, and what to potentially look out for, and how to change your mindset to making money and being smarter about your money. You know, because at the end of the day, if you're blowing your money, you're hella irresponsible with your cash, just as a typical lifestyle. It's also going to translate over to your. It's also going to translate over to the financial world, to your portfolio, to your investments. So we're gonna kind of just reflect inward, and we're gonna have a little preach section about just keeping your head on straight. And also, guys, let's first of all hit the like button. I only got I think it's half the like, not even half. I got a 40% like ratio. That means half of the people here ain't vibing, bro. Why aren't y'all vibing? That's what I want to know. If you're not vibing, all right, you know, let's get y'all need some more vibes. Let's get some more vibes up in here. Let's get some vibes up in here, you know. All right, I got the vibe music on. Let's hit the likes. Let's get this thing going, bro. I'm ready to get this thing crunk. We got Doug Yoga in here. We got Crypto Chris. We got Chris Crypto. Dude, we got Crypto Chris and Chris Crypto in the chat. That's blowing my mind, bro. We got Liquidated Shorts Destroyer up in here. That's my homie, man. I hang out with him in real life. Well, for a very short time, but we need to go out and go get go hang out more often. And then we got Biggs Muff here, Crypto Billy up in the chat. That's one of my homies too. You're all my homies, by the way. And then we got Crypto Chef up in here as well. So let's get that like buttons going, baby. We're gonna vibe out on Sundays, man. Bitcoin. Take a look at this, bro. Bitcoin's at 24,43927. So getting up there, bro. All right, so somebody in the chat, I forget who it was, said Bitcoin 27,000 this week. You know, I could see it. We were testing the 25. Look at that. Look, we crossed 25 this morning, everybody. I didn't even realize that. What was I doing? Oh, what the hell was big? What were you doing this morning when Bitcoin crossed 25? Was I the only one that didn't even realize this? And then we also got Kino Empty Candle also up in here. Hola! All right, so 25. We crossed 25,000, bro. That's badass, right? I didn't even freaking realize that. We crossed 25K, and then are y'all vibing with this music? It's all right. It's that Sunday vibe session, bro. All right, so we bounced right off. We rejected hard, bro. Look at this, rejected right back down to where we're at. So a little pullback for the morning, but we did go up and test the 25. So that's kind of cool. Crypto Chef says he likes it 2 times. If you like it twice, it unchecks the like button, so like it a third time. If you're gonna like it twice, go ahead and hit it the third time, so that way you can get back into verifying. And then we got okay, guys, let's see what you guys want to talk about here in the chat here. If you got something to say, if you got something you want to say, let me know. Ivan said hard rejection. Yeah, it's like me and when I was 16, bro. And then also we got Biggs Murph is from Scotland, by the way, in case you're wondering. And then let's see, we got any hey Rob, so Felix has dropped a question. He said, hey Rob, I got a good question for you. How much would you need to become a millionaire in 5 years? Well, here's an easy question. $1 million, bro. Right? That's all I'll say. So if you have $1 million in 5 years, it would be pretty easy to be a millionaire. Okay, so in all reality, let's see, $1 million. I think without taking on too much risk, you can 10x within the next bull market cycle. Now, Bitcoin not likely to 10x. Well, you know what? Yeah, 200,000. So if we're looking at Bitcoin, so a 10x on Bitcoin would be $250,000, right? And so for me, I'm thinking like, okay, 10x is it's doable. It's like the high end of being smart and getting good returns. And so yeah, you can get 10x's. Now, you're not going to get it out of Bitcoin. Probably not going to get it out of Ethereum. I do think Ethereum is going to cross 10,000. I just don't think it's going to get quite as high as that. I just think there's so much productivity in the in some of the competition, some of the other layer ones. They're going to cannibalize each other. And remember, at the rise of Ethereum last bull market cycle, there was no smart contract competition, only maybe BNB, and they arrived late to the party, and they just copied a lot of what Ethereum was doing. So for that reason, I don't think Ethereum is going to rally as hard as it did going into 2020. So going into 2020, Ethereum just, it went from what was it? It was like $100 or something. Let's take a look here. So Ethereum going back to let's see, before 2020. So we'll put it here. Yeah. So it got down. So it got up to $1,200 in the last bull market, or from the 2018 bull run, dropped down to $100. So it kind of traded at $100. Between $100 and $200 basically, most of the bear market. And the thing is with this bear market, so from here on, if you're to look here, moving forward, I mean, that's some big gains, right? But the problem is this run up, this market adoption, this was really the first exposure to. This is the first exposure to smart contracts and DeFi, and this was the go-to for NFTs. And so this market is now diluted, right? And so do you think? Okay, so what I'm saying is that we'll call it. We'll even give it a solid $200. We'll just say $200 was the entry point in the bear market before the 2020 run up, and the kind of where it traded during, because remember, you're not going to sell the top here, okay? So if you bought it at $150, you're not going to sell it at 4,800. Just not going to happen. So more than likely, if you decide to take profits, it's going to be somewhere in this zone between, looks like 2,000 and say 2,000 and 3,000. We'll say that. So we'll say $2,500. So you buy it 200 and you sell it 2,500. That is a solid 10x, right? So once again, looking at where we're at now with Ethereum, we are at $1,600. So 10x will put us at 16,000. I don't think it's going to get the same 10x returns that you're going to get on the previous bull run. And for that reason is because you have the likes of Cardano here. You have Polygon Matic also cannibalizing its own chain. I mean, you see all these big partnerships are going into the Ethereum network, but are kind of going into the Ethereum network by proxy through Polygon. And so it's a little bit more scalable, but leverages the security of the Ethereum network. And then you have Solana, Polkadot. It's possible Solana, we have a resurgence. And then you have Polkadot, which you never know, that could come into its own. And then we have Litecoin. That is not going to replace. That is not going to take much. There's no smart contract, so not competition. Tron, Avalanche. I do think Avalanche is prime for disruption in the layer one space. I think it's going to take a lot of attention away. And then also you have some other sleepers down here, Hedera Near Protocol. And so don't think you're going to get 10x out of here. So now you got to ask yourself, you're trying to make $1 million. You need a 10x. I think that's reasonable. Bitcoin not going to happen. Ethereum unlikely in my opinion for the simple fact of competition. So you want $1 million, you got to come up with 100 grand. Anything less than that, it's not realistic, right? And so if you're trying to flip 5 years, otherwise you're going to take too much risk. And if you have only 20 grand and you're trying to flip $1 million, it's possible. There's tons of people that have done it, but more than likely you're going to take on a lot of risk to try to get to your goal. And you're probably going to make you're probably going to get rugged. You're probably going to get taken. You're going to probably lose some crypto because you got to go pick up some tokens and some weird exchanges or some bridge hack or whatever it is. And so more than likely, you're not going to make the $1 million, but higher risk, higher reward. So for me, if my goal, as you asked, was to make $1 million, identify a project that seems pretty secure for 10x, and then we'll go from there. XRP could, I think XRP, if they win the lawsuit, but you're taking on risk because if they lose a lawsuit, that's a whole nother story. So XRP, a 10x here, we'll put it at $4.50. If they win this lawsuit, next bull run, absolutely, bro. So that's in the running. So if I had 100 grand, but I wouldn't put 100 grand and let it ride on XRP, because if the SEC wins the case, and we can sit here and be all homers we could be homers for this for this XRP case. We can be like, yeah, we all the evidence is pointing. At the end of the day, man, the SEC, they win these cases like 90% of the time. Now it looks favorable for XRP. It looks like Ripple's gonna win. You never know. Cardano's a pretty good bet. I think in this little range here, so from number 6 to say number 30, I think would be where you're gonna get the 10x returns without taking on too much risk. As you go outside of 30, this is where you're more risky. So I wouldn't feel comfortable going all in on any of these. I mean, look at 30. You got 31. A big fan of Hedera. It's just I don't have the conviction for it yet to go all in. Definitely has a spot in my portfolio. Near Protocol, absolutely. Internet Computer, absolutely. And so the list goes on and on. But out of these projects, I like Cardano. I think Cardano Polygon has rallied a lot during the bear market, so it might not rally quite as hard. We saw the same thing with Chainlink in the last bull run, but the 2017, 2018, or excuse me, into the 2020 bull run. It had Chainlink kind of rallied during the bear market and then didn't quite go so hard in the bull market. And I think they might have the similar outcome for Polygon. So just be wary there. But I think XRP, Cardano, honestly, Solana probably, if they upgrade and they improve, they're probably the most likely bet, man. It's probably the most likely 10x, honestly, to get to $240. All-time high was 240. You know what? I should take it back. I don't know. Yeah, I would. So anyways, to get to $1 million, $100 in, I would probably spread it out. I'd probably put 10,000 in XRP, 30,000 in Cardano. I wouldn't even touch either one of these. Avalanche, I'd probably put 20 grand in there. And then Filecoin, put 20 grand there. And I don't like any of these other ones. Yeah. Whatever projects I said, yeah, just kind of divvy up between those. I'm not a big fan of Uniswap in the next bull run. I think other projects are gonna come up. Anyways, that's what I got there. We also got Magic Internet Money up in here. What's up, my dude? Hey, yeah, we got the Sunday vibes going on today, man. We just over here chilling. Yeah. Let me see what y'all saying up in the chat, man. We got Itadori up in here. He said, good evening. It's morning here, Vegas, but evening to you. And then we got Dory says, what about Algorand? We got Jessica up in here. Algorand, where is Algorand at anyways on this list here? I think Algorand would be actually a pretty solid pick. It's outside the top 30, but definitely worth probably a spot in the portfolio. I think with Algorand, maybe 10% position, 5% position. Maybe Quant as well, or the Graph. Graph has already rallied pretty hard though. So we got Earth Angel XRP up in here. We were just talking about XRP, talking about the lawsuit, possibility of a big rally there. And then Destroyer says, I'm loving Filecoin. I wish I would have bought more already. You know, we were over here talking about that Filecoin. We're talking about price potential with Filecoin. Talking about it was ready to pop the hell off. And my boy Destroyer was like, yeah, man, I've been listening to your Filecoin. And I'm like, oh, you have? Look at that, $8.42. What? So this thing is moving, bro. So you know, this thing was at I was beating the drum on this thing at $4, bro. It's already got a solid 100% returns on this thing already. You would have been hanging out with your big boy, Big Rob, listening to me constantly talk about Filecoin. Now, this is not over yet. Wait for the pullback. DCA, because look at the all-time high on this thing, man. $191, man. Even with say we just this is still a 10x away here from this bounce here. I mean, the gains that this thing is going to make up, this is going to be the top performer in the next bull run, especially if this thing pulls back. If we get a pullback to $6, definitely loving my Filecoin. I'm also loving my boy Jimmy. What up, bro? We got Kiwi Crypto up in here. We got Luke Smith. Luke Smith says, okay, so let me turn this down. I got a little too much vibe going on in here. So Luke Smith says, okay, so let's say you had a realistic $10,000 to spread. Yeah. Okay. Realistically, yeah. I have my own YouTube channel. Other stuff. We have a studio. We have a team. We got producers. We got people. And so I'm all in on crypto, 100%. I put my money where my mouth is. You know, I have well over 10 grand invested, and I don't know my breakdown right now, but I do have a lot of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Well, most of Ethereum makes up my largest holding. I do have, of course, my Bitcoin DCA, which I'll be honest with you, man. I had bigger positions on Bitcoin, but I just wanted more returns. And so I sold it. Now that hasn't worked out the best for me because I've sold some of my Bitcoin and piled into smaller projects that are down significantly more than Bitcoin. So I am not free of faults and irresponsibilities, but you know what? I have won more battles than I've lost, so I'll leave it that way. Okay, so guys, what do y'all think here? Say what's up in the chat. We got Willie B Long 33. He says Hex is pumping 3x already from the lows. Forget about staking. What about liquid Hex and Pulse Chain launching? Not a big Hex fan myself personally, and you know, I just think that the long-term staking just smells of fishiness. I'll just leave it at that. If you the staking is not, the security of the network is not contingent on how long you stake, right? And you don't want to have, ideally you wouldn't want to have very short-term staking. It's not good for the security. But a couple weeks, maybe a month lockup is or not lockup, but in the system. And if you got people that are willing to stick for for years, all that, that's fine. Just for money and investing, I want to have more liquid assets. And so for me, I don't find it very tractable to have your assets locked up. You never know what kind of emergency you might run into, family matters, health problems, and you need to draw on your investment in an emergency situation. And if you can't, it kind of defeats the purpose of even investing, right? Because more than likely you're not going to draw on it until it's too late, right? All right. So you're asking about Hex. So Hex is pretty far outside the top 100. And so this was in 200. I think it was all the way down in like 280 or something. So just everything that's in this area is going to rally 2 to 3%. So I would just be weary of that. Here, we'll take a look here. So taking a look at the projects. Let's see here. We're going to go to outside the top 200. So here you got let's see if we can recognize. We got BitTorrent here, and you got FTT token. Look at that. And then you got some a few scammy coins. Got Telcoin out here. Might be a good pickup. This might be something worth throwing a little change at. So I mean, like here's an example. Like Telcoin, from the bottom of the market where it was. So Telcoin was down to 0.0012. So here you got almost a 3x on this one as well. So I mean, you can make this argument with any token outside of the top 200, or they're all gonna be the same. They're all gonna have similar returns, just because of where they are in the market cap list. Here you have a 2x here on this one. We got Luke Smith is a crypto fan member. I wish I had some bullhorn sounds. You know what? I will download some bullhorn sounds just for my man right now. Okay, right now I'm gonna do that. Now also, we need to get some more sounds up in here. Let's get. Oh, dang! This is my my Sunday vibes, bro. And guys, say what's up. Say what's up in the chat. We got Jacob Smith also has joined the Sin City Crypto fam, my dude. We got 79 likes, 123 people in here. I want to get this thing over 200 people up in the chat. Obviously, we got Jimmy. He gives out memberships, but you guys are signing up for him on your own. That's what's up. We got Kev83 up in here. We got who else is there? Sean M, my dude, and then Ivan up in here. Ivalov as well. And so we got Reed, and Crypto Billy said put a pic in Discord, Jimmy. What kind of pic y'all throwing? He said, he's chilling under a big oak tree. Oh, that's what's up, man. I have a cork oak. So in my backyard I have Zinfandel vines. I'm also a certified sommelier. So I have here in Vegas, and I did that as a profession. Worked in the wine industry, and so if you guys got any wine questions, your boy also an expert in wine. I grow my own Zinfandel grapes, so I can learn how to do some of the trellising where you kind of cut and trim. And then also I have a cork tree. And so cork grows, or the largest producer of cork that goes in the bottles is in Portugal. And me being Portuguese, which in case you guys didn't know, he's dropping the Ola's in the chat. That's Ola without the H, which is, by the way, Portuguese. And it is also the brand of ice cream in Portugal called Ola. So if you guys didn't know that, I'm gonna show y'all Ola ice cream. It's the same brand that we have here in the States. Yeah, here it is. So let me show y'all right here. So this is the Ola brand right here, bro. So you go to Portugal, you got these. I used to tear these up right here. See this one right here? This one my go-to. They also had the Magnums. Yeah, and then yeah, man, the Ola ice creams, bro. I'm telling you, man. That's where they at. But so yeah, I do my cork tree, which is actually an oak tree, which is kind of cool because if you go to Portugal and you look at these oak trees, they are they strip the bark off of them, and then they punch the holes for the cork out of the bark. So kind of cool to see. You see like long lines of cork trees or trees with like stripped naked, and so they're all like the brown like bark on the top or the gray bark on the top, and then at the from the like majority of the tree is all stripped naked. It has that like light color brown. It's kind of cool seeing that for miles when you're driving down the road. We also got who else in here? We got Dr. Death up in here saying hola. He says good morning actually, and I say hola. And then we got Jason Mack up in here. He says chilling watching EPL Arsenal. Can you inform me on what EPL is? And then we also got Crypto Fuse and JP Trees up in here. So hola to all of you. All right, so a couple things going on, man. We are getting closer. We are getting closer to the debt ceiling, right? And so we're going to be at a stalemate. So things are, it's going to get a little interesting in the markets. For one, you got certain things that are going to turn off, right? Certain government services, particularly payments, are going to get turned off. Social Security, VA benefits, Medicare, Medicaid, these things, unemployment they're gonna stop issuing those checks at some point because the government services are gonna the first services are gonna shut down. Probably gonna be your national parks, recreational, your government recreational areas, funded programs. And it's sad that we're here, right? Well, I guess you can look at it in a positive where the government has to check itself and account for its spending. But the fact that we wait until we run out of money to address the situation is where it's ignorant and problemsome. And so it has not historically bode well for the economy when this happens. And a lot of times, the Democrats and Republicans, they take a hardline stance on cutting on certain projects to meet a certain budget goal. And in doing so, they get into stalemates. And the people that suffer are the average individuals. Because I'm sorry, dude, if you went to war, if you're in the military and you went to war and you came back disabled and unable to, sustain yourself, you're unable to work full-time job and you're having a hard time making ends meet and you're reliant on the government who says, hey, if you go to war and get injured, we in respect to your dedication, we're going to make sure that you're taken care of and you can survive. And if you don't pay those people, like what a crock of crap, bro, right? I mean, and so these people are the ones that get hurt the most. I know unemployment and government assistance, it's a sensitive subject. There are definitely some people that take advantage of it. But at the same time, you can't deny the fact that some people just get dealt a crappy set of cards sometimes, and those programs can help them get back on their feet. So that's also something I don't want to see myself. And so it's a scary situation, man. And that's why I have so much conviction when it comes to crypto. I have so much conviction because the failures of the monetary system by the government is front and center, and it gets worse and worse. They're leveraging more and more. It used to be able to work used to be able to work a traveling salesman job back in the 40s and 50s. Used to be able to sell Tupperware. Go get in your car, drive down the street. Used to be able to sell insurance, in your local town, to the local residents, not even scale up to anything crazy. And your wife could stay at home, could have kids, dog, a little farm, a car, and you could pay for all of that with the median salary. And unfortunately, the median salary now is maybe enough for splitting an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment in a crappy part of town, right? And then maybe buying a used car that costs a couple $1,000s that is likely to break down. That's kind of where you're at, right? That's where we got. So we went from a spot less than 100 years ago where you could just pick a job making median salary at a factory, whatever it is, a salesman and insurance, some kind of craft, and you can make enough money for your house, your car, your fam, and still live your typical lifestyle. Now we are stuck in this race. We are deprived, and we are stuck in positions where you work all day. More than likely, you got to get a second job, or you're constantly looking for a better job, and you can't even afford an apartment by yourself. Can anybody go out and make 40 grand a year, 45,000 a year, and afford an apartment by themselves in a car? I don't think so. And this is gonna get worse. And every time we hit this debt ceiling, every time inflation gets out of control, every time, this is why we're seeing riots in the streets. This is why people are standing up. This is why everyone's pointing the finger at politicians. This is why the election is so polarizing now, right? It was always a Republican and Democrat, but now it's the volume is turned way up, man. The volume is turned to the max right now. People are upset and they want to blame the people at the top. The problem is whoever the hell is in office ain't going to fix the broken system. And so right now we got a Democrat for president. If he wins re-election, if he even runs for re-election, who knows? I think at this point, what's going to happen, because historically presidents would win re-election. And that's because the economy wasn't in the spot it used to be in. And now I think it's so unlikely to see back-to-back terms from a presidency because they're not going to be able to change what's broken. And so the president is not going to be able, and his cabinet members are not going to be able to come in and fundamentally change it. There's so much debt and leverage in the system that at this point, the only fix would be, the only real true fix would be to hit the reset button, right? To default, go through a world-changing depression that just cleared out debt, and we just kind of went back to zero. So apart from that situation, you're just kicking the can, delaying the inevitable, and forcing all of this inefficiency in the markets and in money and finance, and you're just pouring it on the hardworking people of America, of the world, and inflation. That's where it's going, and so that's why we have less purchasing power. That's why even with a college degree, you're probably not. You're gonna need a roommate, or your significant other is gonna have to find another job. And it's sad, dude. It's sad. That's where we're at, and at some point, this whole thing is gonna break, dude. You know it. This is not sustainable. Now, maybe it doesn't break in the next 5 years. I don't think it is. Maybe it doesn't break in the next 10 years. But here in our lifetime, I'm certain of it, man. In our lifetime, this system that we have is going to collapse in one way or another. Maybe it's not freaking, maybe the citizens don't light the Capitol on fire. Maybe that's not what happens. But maybe the major banks, 4 out of the 5 go under. Maybe major countries' economies go under. I'm telling you, that's the direction we're going. And so the privatization of money, removing the fraud from politics, because the problem is that you win re-election by saying you're going to change stuff, and when you change stuff, you're funding it with tax money. When you say, "Hey, we're going to do this X, Y, and Z," you're going to do X, Y, and Z for healthcare services, it comes out of somebody's pocket. When you redo the infrastructure for the buses, for electricity, the grid, overseas, trading, military, that all comes from taxpayer dollars, and it all comes from printing. And all these policy changes, they come from money that we need to account for. It's very simple. You raise capital via taxes, and that's how you're supposed to pay for stuff. And unfortunately, we raise X amount of money and we spend way over X amount of money every year. And that's where we're at. We're over our spending limit on the, not only spending limit, but we're over our tax, for our budget that we have for taxes. And then also, you're also accounting for the debt in the system, how much we borrow. We can't even borrow any more money. It's a crap. It's all crap. So anyways, just be wary that in the next few months, this is probably going to go into stalemate. Government services are going to shut down one by one, and then they're going to stop issuing payments to certain services. They're going to stop issuing payments to Social Security, Medicare, VA if they don't extend the if they don't fix the debt ceiling and address it. But they're not going to let the government default on debt. I wouldn't think so. Highly unlikely. Almost a 0% chance on there. But what will happen is that this will get drug out, and it's going to have some rough. It's going to be rough. And so this couple months, history has said, is not bode well for the government. All right. I want to give a big shout out to Destroyer. He has upgraded to our whale membership. My dude, man, just for you, man. I'm going to have to play some music, my Dan, over here. Yeah. Destroyer is now a whale member. My dude over here catching the Sunday vibes. So big shout out to you. Big shout out to my boy Destroyer. We also got Timmy313 up in here. We got Satoshi Nakamoto up in here. Good to see you, my dude. And then we got, who else we got up in here? We got Coin Operated. Robert Triana. He said, what up, peeps? Hola! He said, GMH the Beast Mendez. Also up in here. Good to see you again. We got Brian dropping facts, or dropping the lines. That says facts. We also got Vegas Freeballer up in here. What's up, man? Good to see you. I hope you're feeling better. We got Chunky Clips. We got, guys, if you're enjoying the Sunday vibes, if you're vibing with me, drop a 1 in the chat. I want to know who's in here having a good time. If you like the structure of the show, which is actually no structure, I literally have nothing planned here. I just turn this damn microphone on, and we're just gonna talk. We're gonna vibe. I'm gonna answer questions. Let me get some ones in the chat if you're vibing with this. I want to see at least 100 ones in here. 100 ones. Let's see if we can we get to 100 ones? I'm gonna be the first one to drop a one in here. All right, one, bam, there we go. All right, there it is. We got Doug. I'm gonna shout out everybody's dropping a one up here. We got Rusty Bot. We got G Burst. We got Kelly Boy. We got Richard Garcia. We got Charlie Mac, Earth Angel. We got Lusky. Hey man, I love you guys, man. Really do. Now, while you're dropping them ones, I also see somebody, Timmy says he nailed a short on 25,000. Good play, bro. Speaking of play, we got Mike Play up in here. Then we got, there we go. See, I'm glad to see y'all awake up in here, man. All right. I want to talk about Sundays. Sorry, I brushed up on this. Sunday should be your most productive day. You know, there's this whole thing where Sundays are supposed to be the day off, right? You know what? Sunday might be the day off from work, but it's time to, you know, get your life in order, right? And, you know, and we're all guilty of it. And now whether Sunday, you know, if you're looking at a 5-day work week, Sunday's your day off, right? So if you work Wednesday to Sunday and Monday, Tuesday's your day off, then Monday's your Sunday, right? That's the mentality you should have, or Tuesday's your Sunday. So when you have that day off of work, when you've kicked your responsibilities as far as clocking in and out from your job, and maybe you got your own business, and so there's really no clocking out, but whatever time you have away from your business, should be an opportunity for you to work on yourself. Now, it doesn't mean you have to go and like, you know what I mean? All I'm saying is don't be lazy. You know what I mean? Go work on something. It could be so fulfilling to work on your backyard, on a project, on something you've been kind of putting off, or it could maybe even simply be something like family time, personal growth, maybe read a book. These are all things that are going to help you, and you might be asking yourself, like, why are you talking about this? And I'm over here, trying to get some of that crypto alpha. This is the crypto alpha. If you got poison mindset, if your mindset is that, hey, you want to tune into YouTube, somebody tell you what token to buy, I'm going to FOMO in, and then hope for my 10x returns, my 100x returns, and I'm all set. You ain't living life right. And you know what? You're never going to sustain the goals that you want. You might make that short-term money, but your brain just, it ain't in the right spot. So what I want to do on Sundays, what I want to do once a week is I want to talk to my community, my fan bam, I'm over here, and I want to speak to you. I want us to be in a right mindset. Because if you clear your mind up, you're responsible with your money. And responsible with your money means, you know damn well what it means, right? Blowing 10% of your paycheck, of your earnings on a bar tab, remember, time is money. Also burning your time at a bar. I am all about alcohol. Like I said, I'm a certified sommelier. I'm an expert when it comes to a certain field, or deemed an expert when it comes to a certain field of alcohol. And also in that case study, that it also goes over to other areas of beverage as well. So you have to study about beer, sakes, whiskeys, cognacs, and I have a fond appreciation of it. But you need to be very careful, because alcohol I've seen what it does to people. I have close family members that maybe have leaned a little too heavy on it. And I myself, it is easy, especially when you're in the profession, to simply say, like, hey, I'm just, this is what I do. This is the field I'm in. I need to be educated on what's new. It'll set you back, man. And the same thing with weed. And yeah, I mean, we could all and you know, I smoke too. But there's a difference between drinking a 12 pack at night and going to the bar for 4 hours, 5 days a week, and buying $500 worth of weed a week and sitting there just smoking for hours and melting into the couch. There's that. And there's a personal release where, you know, you go home, you enjoy a couple of drinks, and you get whatever done. So responsible money management, time management, it's gonna translate to all parts of your life, particularly your finances. Cutting out your cup of Starbucks every day ain't gonna get you nowhere closer. You spend $7 4 days a week on Starbucks, you're not gonna become a millionaire because you cut out spending $7. But spending $700 on a bar tab over the course of 2 weeks, and also cutting out the 7, 8, 10 hours that you spend there, more or less, you're gonna get a lot further. And just focus on creativity, focus on your mind, your health, and you can you'll be surprised what comes out. I've been extremely irresponsible in a large percentage of my life, and as I've scaled back on marijuana and scaled back on alcohol and scaled back on social drinking, I've seen a vast improvement in myself, in my finances, in my investment strategies, and my friendships and my family. So these are all things that I've learned. And so if I could share for you guys in the chat one piece of advice, it ain't a token. It ain't which one to buy. It ain't which one is which sector is gonna pop off the hardest. It is to take your money seriously, and make it work for you. Don't take too much risk. Remember, you can get these 10x returns, these maybe 20x returns on average in this field that we're in, and it's doable. You just have to have conviction. You gotta, bite your arm off when you go to hit the sell button because the price is dropping, and that's it, bro. And we got 167 people up in here. Badass, man. I want to get to 200. Can we get to 200 people? I want to get to 200 people. Can we get to 200 people? I want to get to 200 people. I want to do it. Hit the like button. You guys like me playing music up in here? I don't know what song this is, but this thing's kind of got a little vibe to it right here, man. Little Sunday. Miguel Costa says, "True Alpha Rob, take your money and most of your health seriously." Yeah. And so Jimmy's saying, "Oh, and Squirrel, Sauce Boss, you gotta change the circles you run in and who you hang out with to truly change your life, man." What true words spoken there. And so think about it this way, man. Whoever you hang out with is who you're gonna be. You're gonna draw from those people. You ever hung out with somebody new and they said some catchy phrase, right? Say they said like, say you hung out with me like every day, every single day. You're probably gonna say hola at some point, right? And whatever other innuendos that people have, whatever like small words that they say, like these people you're gonna start saying what they say. You're gonna start mimicking what they do. And so if you hang out with a bunch of DJs that sit at the bar all day, that ain't going nowhere in life, and you're in that circle, you're gonna be that person. And so if you surround yourself with successful, driven people with an eye on the prize, good God, man, you're gonna immediately see results. Immediately see results. And you know what? You're gonna have people trying to pull you back, man. They're gonna your friends gonna be like, yo, where'd you go, man? He's like, why are you hanging out with those people, man? He's like, those people, man, they're all stuck up and they think they're better than us. We're like, well, you know what? They probably are better than you. Because if you're spending 6 days a week at the bar for 4 or 5 hours, I'm sorry, but the guy that's putting in 40 hours and going home, getting to sleep, and accomplishing things, and he's working on a personal business, and he's trying to elevate his friends, and he's trying to talk to his people, and he's at home being a supportive husband or wife or whatever it may be. That person is better than the guy sitting there ignoring his family, ignoring his responsibilities, and drinking his life away. And so if you got some people that you used to hang out with and like, oh man, you think you're better than us now? Like, well, you are better. You're better than those people you hang out with. And it's hard to see that, man, because you get into these little zones where you're supposed to always, you have this society has the mentality that you're supposed to always keep your roots. You're supposed to always draw on where you came from. Learn your lessons. You have high school reunions where you're supposed to go back and you have to like mingle. If people aren't good for you, man, cut them loose, bro. That's it, dude. People ain't good for you. Cut them loose. Cut them loose. Can we get some questions in here? Can we get some questions? Like I said, man, I got no structure for this show. So if I ain't got nothing to talk about because y'all ain't asking questions, then Magic Internet Money says alcohol is a destroyer of worlds if you can't moderate it. You can your whole everything can collapse if you're there. Also, I got Sean Arsnault. I haven't seen him before. Sand Deep Mand. And then we got Media Vibes and Dale Kiwi. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. We got a $200 super chat. Jesus, my boy Jimmy up in here. Dropping the straight cash holder. That's right, dude. Let me get some music up in here for my boy. My boy Jimmy, man, true friend. He's also helped us out with our with some of our network issues. So he's also lent his professional expertise. So I want everybody to give a big shout out to Jimmy, man. Let's write Jimmy in the chat, man. Let's see how many Jimmys we can get up in here. I'm gonna lead the charge. All right, so I'm just gonna type Jimmy, and so if y'all appreciate Jimmy the way that I do, put a Jimmy in the chat. Now some of the so now that I kind of got my stop hanging out with the DJs thing going off here, I do want to let's see here. I want to see what's up with some of these projects. Stacks up 15% on the 24 hours, 31% on the week. Stacks is rallying. Look at all those Jimmys. Look at all the love for Jimmy over there, bro. We also got Filecoin up 12%. Filecoin up 65% on the week, man. What a move, bro. We got Compound up as well. VeChain up 6%. We got Polkadot up. It's green across the streets out here, man. Oh, yeah, I'm feeling good, man. What projects are you guys most bullish about? Look at all those Jimmys up in there, man. See, that's what we need, man. We need love in our community, man. That shit amazing. All right, so some of the losers though, we got to talk about some of these projects that are pulling back. You got Lido down 7%, but they're retracement. They were down. They're down from their earlier 16% rally for the week, so a little pullback. We got Optimism, a little pullback as well. These are all still up for the week. DYDX up down 4% as well. Mina Protocol is down. Mina Protocol might be a good time to start identifying. This is one of my favorite projects. So to take a look at where we're at, got as high as $4. This is a ZK rollup chain that is partnered with Polygon, also with Ethereum, scaling solution. This San Francisco based company. Good founding members there. Big fan there. We also got Jessica up in here. So yeah, we got yeah. Never mind. I'm over here just trying to see who's new. If you're new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. And we got James Bell up in here. We got Jason S up in here. This guy, he comes out to Vegas all the time, and hangs out with us when he comes out here. We got Jeremiah 0007. You know, my brother's name is Jeremiah. If this is my brother, say what's up. I'm pretty sure it's not, but my brother does not watch the show. You know, I had this channel going for almost I think a year, and I was like, yeah, something. And he's like, oh yeah, I got to check it out. I'm like, what do you mean you got to check it out? I'm like, you haven't watched my show yet? And he's like, it's like, what's funny is that at some point, somebody in this fool's life is gonna say he watches Sin City Crypto, and I think he's gonna be like, oh, that's my brother, and then all of a sudden he might reach out. I love my brother, man, but got his priorities in a different spots. I'll put it that way. Jimmy with a 10 gifted memberships as well, man. He's just out here just throwing the cashola. You can see we got Dixie, Flatline. We also got Jerry with a G. They all got gifted memberships. Supreme 100, Cito, all gifted memberships. Big shout out. Thank you again. Also, Jerome Powell up in here dropping a thumbs up. Let's see here. What do you guys, what projects are you guys excited about? Hoons actually here. Hoons says, that was one of the hardest things I had to do was cut my friends off. Some were lifelong friends, but none were going in the direction that I wanted to, and slowly felt like I was growing further away. I moved out here to Vegas. Shout out to my boy Tristan. Lifelong friend. I need to reach out to him. I haven't talked to him in a while. I just need to see how he's doing. But with this lifelong friend I moved out here with, he had a lot of negativity to my personal growth, and a lot of it, in a certain sense, I could say is justified. His actions made sense, put it that way, because I was a user of friends, and I took advantage of people and money and situations, and I was a chronic liar. I fabricated and exaggerated, and I was lazy. And so I tried to use people, and he was one of my friends I had that I was basically a crappy friend. And I put him in a bad spot. And so I did this for years, 10, 15 years. And then I started coming into my own. I started realizing that honesty, just speaking truth can get you so far in life. If you guys live an honest life, I'm not talking about, some elaborate, crazy lie. I'm just talking about just like being honest with yourself on where you're at, honest with your friends, not fabricating, not exaggerating, just letting yourself out there, stop trying to hide behind a facade of somebody you're not. And if you do that, things will greatly improve. But anyways, so my buddy, he always didn't trust me. And he always fell back to like, oh man, he's like, you're a freaking, you took advantage of people. And so for years, man, I tried to right my ways. I tried to be a better person. I tried to be kind and giving. And I might not have been perfect at it, but I tried really hard. And I was a very generous person, both of my time, my friendship, money, things of that nature. And he would not let it go. And so I was trying to better myself, and he kept trying to pull me down. saying that I'm a bad person and that I am a user and I'm a liar and that I'm inconsiderate of other people's feelings. And he can just never shake the idea that that's who I was, but that's not who I was any longer. And I was trying to be a good friend, and he was pulling me down. And he was not. I needed somebody in my corner. I needed somebody to help me and motivate me and to encourage me. And also, you know, I don't need a cheerleader. I don't need anybody to sit here and be like, hey, you know, be scared to say something. I'm not saying that, because you need people that are going to tell you the hard truths. You need people that are like, hey, didn't you say you're going to do this? Didn't you say you're going to go to the gym? What happened? You know, didn't you say you're going to do X, Y, and Z? Like, what happened to that? And so you need people in your corner to give you the hard truths. However, you know, at the same time, you don't need negative people. You need people that do believe in you, that will give you the hard truths because they know that's what you need to hear, and not to poke you and to bring you down and to crush your motivation. And so for that reason, I had to cut my good friend off that I grew up, my best friend, and it wasn't easy, man. But maybe he's changed. I haven't talked to him in about 3 years. Maybe he's found himself, and I hope he has. And if he has, and maybe later on we can amends our friendship, and I believe eventually we will. Now we got a bunch of super chats in here. So guys, thank you so much. I don't know, man, you guys are amazing, man. We're gonna have to play some music for this, bro. Let's get some music up in here. We got the Sunday vibe going on. 160 people watching. We got Door Gunner dropping that $2 super chat. It says, stay in my Ave position or move to Ada. I think Ada is prime for a big rally. I'm telling you, looking at Cardano, it is up 8% on the week. It's down 5% on the day. Taking a look at ADA, where it's at, where it can go. I think it's likely to break a dollar before the next bull run. I do think that the market adoption is coming. It is still not far off. The lows for this whole cycle was 25 cents. It has not even 2x'd, and the community is building. The devs are building. This thing is ready for takeoff. I'm telling you. I am not the chart guy. I have no triangles or lines drawn up. I'm just going off a straight sentiment. Same way I was telling you, I was like, Filecoin is gonna pump. I think Cardano is due for a big rally. What would the price targets be? I think 65-70 cents is on the table, and I think now might be a good time to get some exposure. I think they're like one big partnership or one giant news article away from a big rally. That's my vibe on Cardano. Or if you guys are vibing with Cardano, put a 1 in the chat. Where are my ADA homies at? Today I'm gonna put in a new emoji. It's gonna be the Cardano emoji. So if you guys are a fan of Cardano, put a 1 in the chat. Emoji coming soon. We got Jason dropping a $4.99 super chat. Once again, my homie here, he said, when should I buy it back into Filecoin? I don't exactly have a perfect type price target. I'm not the chart guy, as I mentioned, but taking a look where I would be looking to swing into. So it's probably not going to go back down to $4 unless we have a massive pullback in the market. So we'll take a look at the year to date here. So $4, I don't think it's going to pull back down there. So if you can catch it at $6, I think I'd be happy getting into it. More on a long-term play, because it could pull back to $5. But I think, look, we have some pretty strong support here. This was only 2 days, but you can see that this area is looks like it might come back as support later. So $7.40. So yeah, I think $6. I think that's probably realistic. I think it'll pull back to $6 if you want some exposure there. Then we got one more super chat. We got Santa Claus. He dropped a $10 super chat. He said, what's your thoughts on Gala? Can hit 50x? Yes, but not anytime soon. And so for me on Gala, let's take a look here. Gala, is it in the top 100 still, or did it pull back? Let's see. Where's my boy Gala at? Gala. Let's see here. Not seeing it there. Is it outside the top? Where's that Gala token? It must be in the top 100 now. So Gala has a lot of potential. The thing is it's contingent on market adoption, and if it doesn't get these games out and just doesn't have people playing it, that's what it's built for. And so, you know, if they don't deliver on what they're built for, it's only hype and it's not sustainable. They do have some playable games, Spider Tanks, the Town Star. They also have a couple games that you can play here and there. But let's see here. Gala. Oh, yeah, it is outside the top 100. So number 126. Gala sitting at 4 cents. This actually might be, if you're looking to get exposure to Gala, might be a good time to get back in. I don't think it's not going to get down to a penny. So taking a look at the year to date, now it went from the 1.5 cents at the beginning of the year. But if you take that away, you take that away and you kind of look, this is really where things, so this is 2 weeks into January. So this is pretty significant, over a month in, this is over a month of trading. And so support 4 cents, seems 4.5 cents. So 4 cents is support. You're not far off of it. If you want exposure, probably a good time to get in, honestly. Could it go lower? Sure. But taking a look at its all-time, this is well off of its all-time highs. So 4 cents, I would say that even without any big games coming out, that you're likely going to get back up to $1.50. So that is, that's a 10, 20, 30x, right? 4 cents, it goes 40 cents. Yeah, so 30x. And what were you asking? 50x? 50x, that would put it at 40. That would put it at over $2. Yeah, it could 50x. I wouldn't try to have that goal. I wouldn't try to have a 50x on the table myself personally. I would try to get a 20x out of it. That'd put it at 80 cents. I think 20x, if you got this now, if you picked up Gala now, and $1 is going to be massive resistance. Oh, excuse me, man. I'm looking at the price was 40 cents. Okay, never mind. I'm over here talking nonsense. So I thought it was $1.40. Okay, so a 10x will put it at 40 cents. And so it was at 70 cents. Now, where would I like to get Gala? Okay, so 4 cents. So 10x will put it at 47 cents. Yeah, so I guess, 50x, I don't think that's realistic. I think a 10x is realistic. And, but I think you have a good potential for upside. I would eyeball this at, I think $1 is unless they get a game that has a big community out. If they get a game that has a big community out there and people are playing it, then I think over $1 is on the table. I think if they kind of have games out there, small little pockets of community playing here and there, I think that will only get the price up to maybe $1. I think $1 is going to be massive resistance. And so, that is a 20x. Now, they nail some games out here and people are playing, even people outside the crypto space are playing, then, Yeah, possibly. And we have let's see. What are you guys doing over here in the chat? We got Chuck Fingers. Give me your thoughts on Jupiter coin. I've never even heard of Jupiter coin, so I'll take a look here. Let's see what Jupiter coin, number 952 on the coin market cap list. Wait, this is too risky for me. Sorry, brother. I don't even know what it is. Do they have any liquidity? It's on Coinbase. So Jupiter coin on Coinbase, and in case you're wondering, it's on Uniswap, KuCoin. It is 951, so probably it hasn't been out for very long, would be my guess. Because usually after when you first launch these tokens that are in, I think 600 to like 2000, they haven't really matured to the point where they are put into the correct ranking. So I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I think the real market caps are, I think, the top 400 coins, and then when you go outside of that, they're just kind of like, it's like a weird number that isn't really relative. So take a look. It has been out for a while. My apologies. Okay, so yeah, it came out in 2017. Got up to 60 cents. And what concerns me is that the next bull run, it never bounced back. And so it got down to 0.001. And then the next bull run, it didn't really bounce back much at all. It barely got a 10x, which you would have not been able to time. So if you would have bought this thing in the bear market, you held for years and you took massive risk, and if you didn't freaking sell at the right time, you probably only got a 5x return. Just so much risk for something way outside of the top 200, and it's back doing the same thing it did before. So I think more than likely it's going to follow this trend again, and then maybe even a smaller bump the next one. So that'd be my guess. I don't know anything about the project. I haven't had whatever. You believe in it, if it bounces back, cool. All right, so let's take a look. We got any he said Destroyer said he sold his Gala when he doubled it. Okay, good. Remember, there's nothing wrong with making some money and taking money off the table, man. You know, the sad thing is that everyone in our space talks about DCAing and hodling forever. It's one strategy, man. You know what? If you have a good job, here's the thing. If you got a good job, you make good money, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with putting, say you make $5,000 a month. Nothing wrong with putting 1,000 into some crypto or some investment, and then 2 months down the road it triples, and then you just cash out and then do it over and over again. I do that quite frequently. I also have my hodl positions, but don't get me wrong, man. I make some damn good gains, and then I take that off the table and I go buy some cool shit. I go buy some cool tech. I go, get something for the house. I'll go treat myself. I also DCA. I also have my Bitcoin and Ethereum holdings, my Cardano. But I got some smaller plays that I put in, and I turn a profit and I get out. Ain't nothing wrong with that, guys. And right now is a great time to do that. Honestly, you're gonna get all these little bear market rallies, dumps, and things are gonna pump, and and the bottom of the bear market's over, so now you're gonna get projects kind of pumping. You'll see my dog, honey dog. I'm a dog. So honey, man, honey's breath would be stankin', bro. She only got one eye. She's old. Thank you, though. That's right. Rob says, "Where is Larry?" Larry is downstairs cheaping nonstop, which is, by the way, guys, you haven't realized I got a microphone. A lot of it has to do with the fact that Larry won't shut up. So I had to tweak my audio, get something that's a microphone that's a little nicer, so that way you can hear me and not hear the bird constantly in the background. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Said Jed McCaleb is on the board. Oh yeah, what board? And what else we got? We got, let's see here. No love for ERG. Per Chris. Ergo. Let's see. What is Ergo moving up to? Ergo. Let's see here. ERG, Ergo. This guy has been around for a while, right? That's like one of those. Yeah, they've been around since 2017. Big run up. Might be something good to look at. Ergo's outside the top 200 though. So got up to $18 in 2017 and back up to $18 in 2021. Probably going to do the same thing in the next one. But what does Ergo do? I remember doing a deep dive on Ergo, but I have drawn a blank on what the hell Ergo does. Let's see here. Anybody know what Ergo does? Ergo aims to provide efficient, secure, and easy way to implement financial contracts that are useful and survive long term. So, one. All right. Oh, I hear my bird, Larry. Yeah. So, we also got Wise Tree. He's also up in here. And then let's get some more music up in here, because we need some more of these vibes up in here, man. You know, we need to get this Sunday vibes going on. What are you guys doing? What are y'all doing on your weekend? What do you got planned for Sunday? Are you pulling the trigger on any big purchases on crypto? You got any questions for Big Rob? We got Timmy 313 says, took some classes with Lifer and I see so much more than I used to. And he says he has to anyways, big Lifer fan here. I'm glad to see that you're trying to improve yourself by educating yourself. You know, education is power, and you can always educate. Remember, you don't need to go to college to take college classes. You don't have to be a professional to learn how to learn a craft. You know, you can teach yourself on YouTube. Internet has everything. I have no experience on audio and visual and streaming and computers, and I had a mission to provide the best experience possible when it came to our studio and our channel. And so I took the time to learn all of that. I spent months and months and months just learning about audio. I took months learning about visual and lighting and sound and how these things work with one another and different products and how to get the most bang for your buck. And, you know, it is so fulfilling when you learn a new trade or something different that you can leverage and you can make something out of it, man. It's freaking beautiful, bro. Yeah. Y'all liking this music? Put one in the chat if you like this song. A little Sunday vibe, bro. You know what I'm saying? Gary Berg says, I will DC into Ada, Algo, and Crow. I'm a little weary on that Crow call, but you know what? A high risk, high reward. So, a lot of risk there, man. Where's Crow on the list here? Let's see. I'm on Armand Clark says 2. He does not like the music. All right, so so let's see here. We got, where's Crow at? So dang, Crow done fell out the list. Probably should just search for it, but is Crow not even in the top 100 anymore? Oh. Ravencoin way outside the top 100. Harmony 1 outside the top 100. This one has so much promise, and it just freaking Gala's out here. This is just the graveyard of disappointment here, right? Man, there's so many projects here in this 100 to 200 range that have potential to just explode. Let's see, where is Crow at? Oh, never mind. It's number 37. My bad. Okay. It's just for where it is. It is not worth the risk, man. At 8 cents, you have the SEC going after exchange tokens. You have different exchanges going under. It's just not enough return for the risk, right? I mean, they're like one giant event from a couple potential things that and the SEC is going after exchange tokens. They're going after exchanges and their services, and this could very well be in the crosshairs. And I mean, best case scenario, you get a 10x. Worst case scenario, you go to 0. And I think the worst case scenario is something that is on the table, something you got to highly consider. So, if it was outside the top 60, sure, I would think about it. If Kronos was down here, then and it had the potential to 20x. Realistically 20x, sure, I'd get on board. Like, I'd be okay putting a little towards it, but where it is for where's potential price target, I think it's just a little too far away from where I would like to get in at. And then we got Paul O'Coon also up in here. He says I wouldn't want to buy Crow as well. Now, I mean, Crow was extreme. Maybe we get past all this exchange token FUD, and maybe we saw how hard BNB token rallied, and the FTX token price. How much FTT rallied during the bull run, even though most of it was fake. Who knows, man? We could shake the FUD and get to some crazy returns on exchange tokens. I wouldn't be floored. I wouldn't be blown away and completely surprised. All right. So let's see. We got Wise Trees asking thoughts on DeFi exchange tokens this cycle, specifically Ada's DeFi Min Swap, Sunday Swap. And as a total degen hodl play, I'll say this, man. The DeFi space. Remember, why was crypto created? Was for DeFi, right? Right. The whole white paper, Bitcoin white paper, was peer-to-peer transactions or payment system. I forget how it's worded, but. Anyways, it's for me to transact with somebody else minus a third party, which is DeFi. And that's why it's created. That's what it does best. And all this other like, hey, we're gonna add NFTs to gaming, and we're gonna have a metaverse on the blockchain, and I'm gonna keep my miles stored on my BMW on the blockchain, so that way I can track my odometer. Like, it's so much noise. There's so much noise going on in crypto about the potential. But people are losing focus on what it does best, and that it moves money. Like, it moves money. I can pay people. I can move my money to a merchant. A merchant can move it to me. I can change my value from one currency to the other. I can borrow my money. This is what it was built for. And so if you think Cardano's the winner, it's pretty solid to me. But if you think Cardano's the winner, then the top two DeFi plays in that ecosystem are probably a good bet. It's probably a sound spot to start. DeFi is going to rally every single bull market. I can't say the same thing about Metaverse. I can't say the same thing about Web3 gaming. I can't say the same thing about the JPEG style NFTs. I don't know. I think they'll come back. I think there's a spot for them. NFTs seem very promising. There's a lot of good use cases. I think it's likely, highly likely. There's one thing that will for sure be in crypto every single bull run that will give you returns every single bull run, and it is DeFi. Your Aave, your Uniswap. I know I was bashing Uniswap and Aave earlier, but I just think there's going to be a lot of competition on Uniswap. But Aave is a good play, man. But but Aave is going to be, Aave is contingent. Here's the thing with Aave. Aave needs the community. It needs a lot of liquidity. It needs a lot of people using it, locking money up in it, using the tokens. And so Aave ain't gonna pop off until the next bull run, when people made money and they're trying to play around with DeFi and they move money over there. So I like Aave, but you ain't gonna get no returns on Aave. Not any like big gains. Not until the halving. And so you got another year and a half before you get anything substantial there. So yeah, man. Let's see. We got Johan. He says, hello. So, hola! And we also got Tom Haynes dropping a hola! And, all right, guys. I got a lot of things I want to get done on my, a lot of things I want to get done with the, my Sunday. And so I hope that I've knocked some sense into you. I hope that you go and you do a few things in life, right? Go knock out a couple things today. Go trim a bush. Maybe in the backyard or in the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? So, go do something. Go hang out with the fam. Just don't sit on the couch. Go achieve something. And to all of you, thank you so much for hanging out with us. It was a lot of fun. I really was looking forward to this Sunday stream. I'm really starting to enjoy the vibes here. I'm really liking talking to you guys. I love it when you guys put stuff in the chat. And Kazuma says, Arweave also DeFi of Filecoin. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, I'm glad you guys liked it, and I'm gonna wrap it up. Sunday vibes, bro. Y'all gonna be back here next week? Put a 1 in the chat if you're gonna be here next week. That's right. All right, guys. That's gonna be it. It for me. Bitcoin to the moon, 27,000. Y Street put a 1. Rusty Bob put a 1. Kelly put a 1. Vegas put a 1. MT put a 1. Kazuma put a 1. Gary Bird put a 1.